Style is your personal calling card. It's the visual representation of your character. It's birthed out of all the elements of your life. I'm so excited to sit and chat with my guest today. Let's get into it. I'm Woo, and this is Style and Tea. Hey guys, welcome to episode 13 of Style and Tea. I'm here today with an amazing guest. I say all my guests are amazing, but this one really is. This is my cousin. She's Riri.
Hey.
She's also the Shopaholic.
Yes.
And I think that really runs in our family, so we're going to talk about her style. We're going to talk about things that she's into. And most importantly, we're just going to talk about her. How you doing, cuz?
I don't know. So I'm just kidding. I'm good. Glad to be here.
Good.
Thanks
How
for
was your
inviting
day?
me. You know, it wasn't too crazy today.
That's good.
So it was a good day.
Good.
Lovely weather.
Yes.
I didn't get outside to enjoy it, but
it was beautiful. I only came out a couple of times. I kept telling guys, we need hammocks. Because I'm ready to lay out.
Yep.
The wind was blowing, but it wasn't like, okay, it's a cold breeze. It was almost summertime.
Right.
I'm ready.
See, right now it's perfect because you don't have the bugs out yet.
Yes.
So you can enjoy outside.
Yes. And it's not stupid hot because DC gets stupid, swampy hot, and whatever. We have some Nipsey Hustle in the background because we're still mourning, but we want to continue on. And there's no tea for Style and Tea for right now. We're still celebrating our new location, and so we have a little bit of wine. Happy hour, cheers. So, I know a lot about you, but my viewers don't. So we're just gonna go through a little bit of questions. You ready?
21 questions. Okay.
21? No, I'm playing. So, where are you from?
I'm originally from Southeast DC.
Southeast.
Anacostia. So around 14 years old, my family decided to move to Virginia. So basically, I'm kind of like a Virginian because I still live out there now. I went to school out there.
Mm-hmm.
But my family is still in DC, so my roots are still here.
Yeah.
I still come up here, grandma's house around the street.
True.
So that's my roots as far as where I've grown. My father's from Texas. So I got some southern roots as well. Texas, Mississippi.
I was about to say, our family is super southern anyway.
Yes.
So even without your dad being from Texas, you already rooted.
With a southern girl. Yes. Mississippi, New Orleans.
Yes.
Yes.
I still need to get there. That's neither here nor
Wait,
there.
family reunion. It's coming up this year, which is in Mississippi.
I'm going to be at the family reunion. We
better be
have
there.
stylish cousins. We're going to see if our lovely cameraman will join us and, see what, happens during the family reunion. I can't promise you anything. So when we think about style, I feel like style is encompassed by everything. Like where you're from, the things that you watch, things that you've been through. So who influences your style?
Okay, so honestly, I wouldn't say that any particular person influences my style. It was more so of growing up.
Mm-hmm.
My mother worked 2 jobs. She was a single mother. And, I didn't have the funds to go out and really go shopping and do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked up the habit of bargain shopping. Back then was very big, and also thrift stores and stuff.
Yep.
So I had to kind of be creative.
Yeah.
I had to just pick things that I knew that would look good on my body, and make me look presentable.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up early, it was more so of just a necessity of making sure you look presentable, represent your family right, and grew up in the 90s, so it was all about baggy clothes and stuff like that.
Right.
It was very tomboyish early on.
True.
It actually took a boyfriend of mine, in high school, who introduced me to my very first pair of Sergio jeans.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It was like my very first like
Guys
designer.
Guys
Yes.
be knowing.
Very first designer jean. Very first time that I actually started wearing like something really fitted to my body and starting to kind of get to know my body.
Okay.
And it was like, it went downhill from there. After that, it was just like, it's more of a, well, you know, then I'm saying you spend a lot of money on clothes. I wasn't used to doing that, so it was just like, okay, your spending habits is getting out of control.
Yeah,
so you
buying clothes is a little pricey.
Tricky. It's pricey, especially when you first start off too.
Yeah.
You don't really know, like, okay, you don't have to have everything designer down.
Right.
So at that time, it was like, okay, you got to be designer down, so you spending all your money. But now as I'm older, it's more so, it's a feeling, it's a vibe.
Okay.
And so it's like, I don't like picking out clothes ahead of time because it's all about how I'm feeling that day.
Okay.
And that day determines on what I'm going to put on.
I agree. I feel the same way. I do the same thing. We were just talking about this earlier. I am notorious for like waking up and there's this thought in my head like, I'm gonna wear this
today. Yeah.
I don't know if it's in my dreams or not, but it just comes up and I'm like, bet. Normally I think I know where everything is. I don't.
You don't. Yeah.
I don't. I'm not organized. This
am
is the organized.
I'm the organized
She's
queen.
Organized.
I know where everything is at.
I don't. I will see a sock and be like, okay, I know where the other one is.
Oh, Lord. Girl.
I don't. Sorry. And the dryer hasn't eaten any of my socks, so that's good.
Everything has a place in my house. Everything.
So the 90s was very influential to pretty much our entire generation. From early 90s to clear through like the early 2000s. We didn't get a chance to really do like good hip hop, but we did. You know, Aaliyah came through and we rocked the baggy. But
that's when we mixed it with the tomboy and the girl next door look. Like the baggy.
We were still sexy, but so
and TLC, you can't stop.
True. That's true.
Without acknowledging
that's true. Chili was very sexy. Everybody else, Left Eye was a little crazy. Loved her though.
Left Eye was my favorite. So you see the personalities right here.
But so when you changed or you transferred from transition from high school and I don't really consider being 18 or 19 adults, but back then we did. What was your style of dress then?
You know, early on, I was still really trying to find myself.
Okay.
I was still like very self-conscious of my body. I was very self-conscious of my full lips. And many people may not think that like makeup is part of it, but makeup is part of the fashion too.
Yeah.
And your hair and everything like that. I was scared to wear colors. You know,
really?
I had a bright personality, but I was scared to wear bright colors, especially on my lips. Like I didn't want any attention drawn to it at all. Okay. And my body type, I wish, I could have talked to the girl back then and be like, girl, love your body. But I was not ready to receive the attention from having that shape back then either. And I think that's why I hid it a lot.
Okay.
So
do you think that was from living in Virginia? Because I went to a couple of things with you, like a few parties, and it was very different from living in the city and living in PG County.
It is.
Where PG County is like the wealthiest black county in probably in the world, not in the world, in the United States. So I was very much I'm always with black people. Right. So for me, it was a culture shock hanging because it's like, there were a whole lot of white folks.
It was. Yes. I went to 2 high schools that were basically predominantly white. So, and they were, preppy. So that's not, really baggy clothes, but it's more of casual wear, boat wear, as you would say.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to say that I didn't really see the fashion, so maybe that's why I wasn't drawn to it. Because we all had Video Soul and Rap City and all that stuff, so I could see the fashion. But I think it just had a lot to do with, one, I was a tomboy, so I wasn't ready, and then two, like I said, my mother, I had to fend for myself, so it was just like
figuring it out.
Got you. And then, like I said, when I got a little bit older, I just wasn't comfortable with myself, so I didn't know what I liked really.
So when did you get comfortable?
Mid-20s, that's when I was like, well, you know what, girl, you got these lips, rock them. My mama used to always be like, your lips are beautiful, because my mama, she don't have no lips. Sorry, mama, but she don't have no lips. And she's like, you have beautiful lips. She always wanted me to embrace myself. Even like my shape was, I think that was another thing too. I couldn't, every girl wants to be like their mother.
Yeah.
And my mother was totally different than me.
Yeah.
Like, my mother was tall, shaped different. She had breasts, but she didn't have no butt, no legs, small, thin lips. Me, I was always thick with a butt, calves, full lips. And I couldn't identify myself with anybody.
Yeah.
And so, my mother was always like my advocate. Like, love yourself. But it just wasn't going. Because I was like, but mama don't look like you. And to me, my mother was beautiful. And I'm like, but I want to look like my mother.
Yeah.
And so,
that is so interesting.
Yes.
I mean, not in a bad way. I feel like I've had a similar experience. Like, I'm looking at my mother and I'm like, we resemble, but there are very big differences.
Right.
And, like, especially when you think about it, being a teenager and you're in a space where, like, boys like a certain thing. It's like, I'm not there. I ain't got none of that.
Or you there and you're not ready to be there.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I had the butt and I had the full lips. And I didn't like I didn't like what guys would say.
Yeah.
What was the number one thing they would say about full lips? DSLs.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
So it really turned me off.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't like the sexual nature that came with it.
Okay.
And so I tried to hide. And so when, like, my mid-20s, I was just like, you know what? This is you.
Yeah.
You gotta love yourself.
So what did you do to kind of embrace yourself a little bit more?
The first thing I started doing, I started buying colored lipsticks.
Okay.
That was the first thing.
I love colors.
Oh, I love them now. You can't take it away from me. That was the first thing I started wearing, and I think red was like the very first one. I was like, okay, let me do this. I had a horrible experience with red lipstick for prom, and I swore I would never do it again. But that was my, okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna go bigger, you're gonna go home.
Right.
I did that, and I never turned back. Okay. So it started with makeup. Okay. And then it kind of transitioned with clothing, and then I started like getting real freaky with my hairstyles and stuff. Okay. And started freaking out. So that's how.
So what style or what would you describe your style as?
It's so weird because I don't feel like I have like a certain genre of style. I guess the best way is like I'm eclectic. Like I just do what I feel.
We're related.
Yeah. Whatever I feel in the moment. Like I might want to be preppy one day. I might want to rock it out. I might want to be Sister Soldier. I might want to be like baggy clothes, sneakers. I might want to be like your sex kitten. Like I just. It's like it's a vibe, it's a feeling. Also, I will say, depending on like how my weight's fluctuating too, also determines kind of how I feel like what I want to wear. Yeah. So
I think that's what most women, especially once you fully embrace, like, okay, this is what my body does. Right. Because I feel like we still, once we get over to the 40s, we don't have to figure it out again. I feel like.
because your body changes. You know, like your body just changes. Each decade, you change, your body changes. That makes sense.
Well, so, Lord, I ain't ready for that because I feel like my body's changing a lot now.
I'm not ready either. We're not rushing age or anything, but I'm just thinking that might be it. Who knows? So, what's one item that you could not live without?
An item I could not live without? That is hard. Cause I don't know. I don't like really have signature pieces.
Really?
That I like wear over and over again. Okay. I kind of, and I'm not a one and done type of person.
Okay.
But I kind of feel like, you know, most items, I guess I should say, they have a season in my life.
Okay.
And so I don't really hold on to things a lot. Well, I give a lot of my stuff to Goodwill after a while.
That's good. You have to shop in your closet.
Yeah, I want to be more of a signature piece person because I want to buy more of quality over quantity.
Okay.
Now in my life, especially with the whole, being organized and everything, I feel like I want to downsize even more than what I've had.
Like minimalistic?
Yes.
Ooh.
Almost kind of like minimalistic where I almost have like 20 pieces. Like, that's it.
That's
I don't want.
Cool.
And I want to be able to change it like in and out.
Yeah, that's cool.
More outfits.
I've thought about that, but I can't let go of so many things. And I'm not a hoarder in a sense. Like now, I need to let things go because it's just time to like. There's pieces that just don't fit where I am.
Right.
But when I think about my clothes and I think about what I want to look like, there are some pieces that I'm like, I've had this for a long time and I probably wore it twice. Why?
Right.
So that's cool.
I think with me, that's definitely a good point because I feel like in my life right now, at this age, in the career that I'm in right now, what I mean by the career I'm in right now is I don't really just dress up at work anymore.
Okay.
And I do a lot of walking, so I don't wear most of my heels.
Okay.
And then if I do something with my friends afterwards, it's like more of a chill vibe. It's a bar.
Right.
So I still don't have to wear my heels. I don't have to get dressed up.
Okay.
So all those like dressy, real high heel shoes and stuff, I really can eliminate out of my life for the most part.
Okay.
And so I did downsize a lot with that. And then also when I think about the whole minimalist type of idea of the clothing part, it's because my weight fluctuates so much. So I don't want to shop as much.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, I just want to keep these 5 pieces that I know I can fit and then get rid of the other stuff. Because there's no point in keeping a lot of items that you either can fit or you don't like the way it fits on you anymore.
Right.
And so it's like, I think that's why, that's why I want to kind of venture into that whole realm right now because of where I'm at in life. And like with accessories and stuff, I feel like I don't have the time.
Okay.
And now if I go out on the weekends and do something, that's different. Or if I'm going to an event, that's different.
Okay.
But I feel like my schedule has slowed down.
So what's your, prior to maybe this job? Or was it a job prior that you dressed up? Like prior to now, where you had to dress up, like how was the transition from being dressy at work, wearing heels, to going relaxed?
I think, there was a gap in between being unemployed.
Okay.
And so I think that kind of changed the whole vibe of being dressy.
Okay.
Because then I ain't have to get dressy because I wasn't working.
Right.
And so then when I started another job before this one, they didn't dress up as much now. I mean, I just think the industry has just changed where, the millennials and everybody that's coming in, they're not wearing suits really anymore.
Right.
And so everybody's just kind of just I mean, I almost could have worn this to work. Like, you know, it's like, that's how.
Yeah. Well, no, that's cool. I used to wear whatever.
Right now.
Like, literally, I wore whatever I wanted to wear.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, I've said this before, I'm pretty sure that, like, messed up my upward mobility because I would walk in with a tutu. But that was just how I felt that day. And that's what she was going to get. And
well, see, that's the thing, too. I know the position that I'm in right now is no upward ability, right?
Okay.
So you can get away with doing more, you know. I go in there and I have jewels and stuff in my hair, you know. It just depends on what you want to do in life, you know.
Sure.
If I was worried about wanting to move up within that agency or that company, whatever, I would move differently.
Okay.
But that's not what my end game is.
True.
You know, so my end game is like, I got other things in my mind that I want to do. And so I don't trip off it. And I just think the environment is different. You know, as long as you do your work,
they not worried.
You know, as long as you ain't really showing no skin, you know, you good to go.
I can show a little bit. Show a little ankle.
What, you know, ankle, you know, a little arm.
Yeah.
Don't show no shoulders though.
Right.
Like,
show your toes.
Too much.
Yeah,
you
some guys
can
that
do a
like
little
the
bit.
toes. No,
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So what do you want to do?
Oh my God. So I went to school for interior design. And so I didn't get burnt out from it, but I kind of paused on it. Mm-hmm. And during the furlough, which I was telling my cousin earlier, and I had time to do stuff around the house. And so that whole love for decorating and putting things together and being creative came back to me, as well as being organized came back to me. I've always been like a really good person with keeping things organized. Mm-hmm. And one of my good friends is like, a telltale sign if anything's going on wrong with me, my house isn't right. Okay. And so I knew there were some internal things going on with me because my house wasn't right. Okay. And so that time allowed me to think about, okay, what's not going right? Mm-hmm. And, okay, you need to get this back on track. So what I want to do right now is that I want to start getting back into, you know, doing my interior designing. Okay. Which I want to take a twist on it where I want to be able to come into an individual's house and say, for instance, they have a room that needs to be functional for them. Mm-hmm. So not only do I come in and like upgrade it, but I also make it functional for them with the organizing part. Oh, that's cool. So I want to do like a 2-part thing. Okay. So that's good. Yeah. So that's what I decided that I want to do.
That. You can't do that to my house yet. Not yet. Very soon, but not yet.
Oh man, I can't wait. Like I'm like super excited about doing this, and then I think I want to put together, hopefully by the end of this year, have a website.
Okay. Let me know if you need my help.
Oh yeah, because that's right. I was reading everything when you was doing yours.
Yeah. Okay. But that's no. Right. So, how do you feel like your style will translate business-wise or branding-wise? Do you think you'll need to make any changes? Or, you know, like I feel like business as a whole is flexible. Like when you're an entrepreneur, it's very flexible.
It is.
So this type of work, how you come in, you want to come in like work-minded. So you have to have a work a work aesthetic. Right. But for branding purposes, how do you think that you would want to be, I guess, perceived?
Well, for branding purposes, I just wanted to be authentic. And so I wanted to represent me. Like, so, and me, you know, in a nutshell, is that I'm a fun, caring, you know, I'm like flower power. Like, I'm like a hippie a little bit. And so it's like, I just want to, you know, love and happiness, everybody. I just want to make everybody happy by making sure their room brings some laughter. I want to make sure that, you know, they can get to the things that they need to get to. Mm-hmm. And I don't think, you know, fashion would be disrupted. Like, I think I could be even more creative with being, you know, whatever I want to do. If it's
That's
hair,
true.
if I want to do, you know, crazy outfits, whatever, because I want my business to represent my personality.
Yes. I see you. If I had to pull some influences to pull together like a mood board for your look, it would be like Denise Huxtable, Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think between the two of those, maybe throw in a little bit of Tracy Ellis Ross.
And throw in a little bit of Rihanna.
Rihanna. Ooh, and I would add Khalees.
Yeah, I could see Khalees. I never even really thought about Khalees. Yeah.
I think those women just embody, you know, like they give you a range.
Yes.
Which, I mean, these are some of my influences, so I'm just throwing and tossing those in there.
We got the same one.
We got the same one. But it just makes sense, and I could see all of those as a representation of what you bring. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think that's cool. I'm excited about your business.
Thank you.
Y'all check out my cousin.
Yes. I'm going to have, hopefully, by the end of this year, I'll have some stuff for you guys to see.
Yes, yeah. I'm excited about that. So I normally ask people like 2 cool questions. The first one is if anybody came to you and said, I need help with my wardrobe, what one piece would you tell them they absolutely need in their closet?
One piece that they absolutely need in their closet? You always need something black. You can put anything with black. You can dress it up. You can dress it down. If it's a female, I would just say, I guess, a black dress.
Okay. I'll take that. I mean, I love black dresses, especially the little ones.
Black dress.
Little black dress. Okay, the next question is,
I ain't got no more wine now.
How would you style me?
Oh, how would I style you?
Yes.
Well, she's, you know, I'm older than her, so she's like a miniature me. It's like, I'm just kidding.
I could be.
I mean, you already fabulous. So you saying, like, what would I have you wearing, like, today? Yeah. If I wanted to do something different. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, since it's nice outside, it may be a little too early for this, but in my mind, I'm thinking, it's nice outside. I would love to have you in, like, a short romper.
Ooh. I like romper.
A long, cardigan or something.
Ooh, yes.
Something long. Something floor length.
Okay.
And I think I would want the romper to be maybe solid color. Okay. I would want the cardigan to be some type of a pattern. Okay. Excuse me, maybe floral.
She giving us flower child, y'all.
And then I would give you a nice sexy sandal with that.
I might have these things at home.
And then I would color your hair. It would be something funky like I would want like pink.
Ooh.
Like
my hairstylist just said pink. we are revisiting. Yes, we're doing it. So
definitely,
I'm gonna do this. That's cool. And you know what? That's festival attire.
Yeah,
it's festival season. Yeah. We are ready for festivals. I'm just thinking
about Broccoli Fest coming up.
Broccoli Fest is coming up. So are you going?
You know what? I was actually thinking I might want to get some tickets because I didn't go last year. I went to the very first one. Okay. But I didn't go to the last one. I've always been like, I love festivals. I love the idea of them. Mm-hmm. But I don't really like being in really super crowded places.
Oh yeah, festivals. You are gonna be in the crowd.
And the only place that I really, or the only concert that I really like, that gives you a festival vibe, and it has a lot of people, but I don't feel overwhelmed, and that's Spirit Fest. Okay. And that I go to every year.
Okay. And I love Spirit Fest. I haven't been, which is crazy, because I don't know. But I want to go this year.
You have to go with me.
Because I have to be, I have to be sophisticated and grown.
Yeah, you have to go.
That's grown up. But what do you think about festival attire? What would you wear?
Okay, so in my mind, I was thinking about this outfit, and I don't even know why because it's way too early to me. But okay, there are these Fila sandals that are out right now that I really, really want.
Okay.
So they look like a sneaker, but they like old school. You know, the kids sandals that had the two straps type of deal. So it's these Fila sandals, and I have these breakaway jeans that I will wear, and I will have them open up, and then I will wear like a nice this my chill but sexy look.
Okay.
I would get me like a lace bodysuit, and then I want a long or maybe midway. Probably midway because I want to show a little bit of legs. I don't want it too long. So a midway type of a cardigan or something because I still, you know, I need to cover up some.
Okay.
You know, my arms are a little big. I don't want to show it. So it's like I would need that, and I'm definitely gonna have like I want some either braids or faux locks like to my butt. Ooh. And then I want to have it like all jeweled out, like almost every braid has like some type of adornment.
And I just thought I knew you was gonna say you were gonna have on like a crown, cause I'm at this point even I don't have hair, but I want to wear headbands all the time. Like it's the weirdest thing, and I love it.
I think I did like I didn't go through that phase, but I had like a couple signature pieces that I wore about a year ago. So it's like right now they kind of just like get stuck in the hair right now, and I don't really want to deal with them.
Got you.
But different hairstyle. I mean, with your hairstyle, you definitely could do it right now.
I just want to thank you for being on my show.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you invited me to come out.
This is fun. Yes. Because you're stylish. Yes.
Because it's time.
I know. So you got to tell all my viewers where to find you.
Nowhere. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm on Facebook at my first name and last name, which is Shalarri Price, SHALARRI, last name Price, PRICE. I guess if you want to follow me, you can find me there. I also have an IG at sprice8218 if you want to follow me there. And hopefully I'll have some information about my business coming up towards the end of the year, so we can have a website that I can give you guys or something like that. But that's my info.
We'll put it on, you know, our Instagram so that people can see what you're doing. I want to follow you. Of course, we're gonna have like some organization or something because I need to be organized. But thank you for coming, cousin.
Of course, cousin love.
Bye.